Ma'am, we are live.
Okay. Yeah. A very warm good afternoon to one and all. Myself, Dr. Manjula, Associate Professor from the Department of Kaya Chikitsa Ayurveda Mahavidyalaya Hubli. Welcome you all uh, for the 12th day of Navadasha Samvada National Webinar. Today we have with us Dr. Aisha Madam, who is working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Kamara Mritya. Uh, Madam is going to talk on clinical understanding of Amavata today. Okay, and there is a small instruction for all the viewers. Kindly please keep your audio and video in the mute mode because the screen will be shared. I am repeatedly announcing this. It's a humble request. Okay. Now I call upon Mr. Prakash, a final year BMS student, Ayurveda Mahavidyalaya Hubli, to introduce our today's guest speaker and also welcome Madam for today's session. Prakash, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can start.
Okay, ma'am. Good afternoon to one and all. I am here to introduce today's speaker, Dr. Aisha Kazi, ma'am. Ma'am was born on 12th August 1984. Ma'am has done her UG in SGV AMC by Longal and PG from Ayurved Mahavidyalaya, Hubballi. Ma'am has clinical experience of 4 years and teaching experience of 4 years. Ma'am has presented many paper presentation and got best paper presentation on Ayurvedic immunomodulators, hope for HIV patients in 2011 in the Global Ayurvedic Festival, Kochi. Ma'am has given many paper publications in various national and international journals. Ma'am currently working as assistant professor in Department of Kamar Nritya at Ayurved Mahavidyalaya, Hubballi. Ma'am, I heartily welcome you, ma'am. The session is over to you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Prakash. Madam, you can start now. Before you start, Rashi, are you there? Dr.
Yes, ma'am.
Rashi? Yeah.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
can please start sharing the slides before Madam starts. You can put on the first slide.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
You
Dr.
can start.
Prakash.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, shall I start?
Yes, ma'am, you can start now.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Dr. Aisha Mullah. First, I would like to thank our principal, Dr. A.S. Prashant sir, and Dr. Manjula ma'am, my senior, and the team of webinar Navadasha Samvada for giving me an opportunity to deliver a lecture on this platform. So, the topic which is assigned for me today is clinical understanding of Amavata. So, as we all know, that is the Amavata, it is a disease of Rasavaha Srotas. And the Amavata, it is the condition outcome of Agni Dushti and Ama Utpatti. Many people in society will not come to know in the earliest stage of this disease, the complication of this disease, which is responsible for the lifelong joint deformities. So let's start. Let's see what is Amavata. Next slide, ma'am. So the Amavata, that is the brief introduction of this disease or the references of this disease we will not find in the Brihatrayis. Only the sum of the passing references we can see in the Charaka Chikitsa Vatavadi Adhyaya, that is 28th chapter, where the references of Kafavrita Vata or the Annavrita Vata he has given. And the other references as a Swatantra Vadi of Amavata we get in the Brihatrayis. That too, the major explanation is given by the Madhavakara. So here, that is the whatever, and next is Yoga Ratnakara and Bhaishajya Ratnavali and Chakradatta. They have quoted the same shlokas of Madhavakara itself, and a small explanation is given by Harita Samhita. So the next slide. Let's see what exactly the Amavata. According to Madhava Nidana, the Nirukti of Amavata goes like this: Amascha Vatascha Amavatah, or Amena Sahita Vata Amavata. So this is the condition where we see that is the Ama along with the Prakupita Vata. So Amena Sahita Vata, Ama along with the Prakupita Vata is nothing but the Amavata. Next slide. So the next, that is the Paribhasha of Ama. According to Charak Chikitsa 15 chapter, he says the Paribhasha, that is Jatra Anila Daurbalyat Avipakasto Yorasah Sa Ama Sadnyoko Dehe Sarvadosha Prakopanam. That is due to the Durbalta of Jatra Agni or the Kaya Agni, whatever the apakvarasa is get formed is nothing but Ama, and this becomes the cause for the sarvadosha prakopa, all dosha prakopada in the deha or in sharira. The next paribhasha is given by the Ashtanga Rudayakara in 13th chapter. He says Ushmano alpabalatvena dhatu madhya apachitam dushtamamashayagatam rasamamam prachakshate. That is due to the durbalta of or the alpabala of Ushma, that is Kaya Agni itself. The whatever the Adya Dhatu is get formed in the aparipakwa avastha is nothing but the Am. Adya Dhatu is nothing but the first Dhatu, that is Rasa Dhatu, which is get formed in the aparipakwa avastha is nothing but the Am. Next slide. So the next reference we see about the Ama in Charak Chikitsa 15 chapter. He say the Amyate Gamyate Pakwadyarth iti Amah, that is the Apakwa Rasadhatu, Adya Dhatu itself, it is a Ama according to him. And then next, another reference is Amyate Pidiyate Sroto Samoho Anena iti Amah, that is the one which gets settled in the Sroto Samoha, Sroto Mukha, and becomes the cause for the pida is nothing but the Ama. And again he says in the same chapter, Grahani Mashritam Dosha Vidagda Ahara Murchitam. That is Grahani. Grahani, as we all know, Pakwamashe Madhyagam, that side is Grahani, and the one which get settled in the Grahani and becomes the cause for the Vidagdata of Ahara is nothing but the Ama. So the next he has given, that is the Lakshanas of Ama, Vishtamba, Praseka, Arati. This we will see in the next slides. Next. So up to this level, we have seen that the Ama Utpatti, that is the Ama is get formed because of the Agni Durbalta, Agni Mandata. So how much the Agni is important for a person, let's see. Next. So by giving the importance of Agni here, Yoga Ratnakara has explained that Agni Moolam Balam Pumsam Reto Moolam Cha Jeevitam. That is, the Agni is the source of strength and life. So a person has to protect his Agni. Again he says, Shante Agno Mriyate Yukte Chiram Jivatya Namayah. That is the Shantata of Agni, that is the impairment of Agni itself becomes the cause for the ill health or the even death. It may cause even death. Next. Next slide. Again, by giving the importance in Charaka Sutra 27 chapter, the Acharyas has told that Balamarogyam Ayushcha Pranascha Agno Pratishtitaha. That is, a person Bala, Arogya, his Ayu and his Prana itself depends on his Agni. So one has to protect his Agni Bala. Next. So that is the ama utpatti we have seen because of the Jatragni Durbalta. Next, the Agni importance we have seen. Next, this is the causative factors because of what the Agni Vaishamyata takes place in body. So these are the factors when a person regularly follow this, that is the satata abhyasa of these factors will lead to the Agni Vaishamyata. So what are those? According to Charaka Chikitsa 15 chapter, he says abhojanat, ajinat, ati bhojanat, vishwasanat. That is abhojanat. If a person is not at all taking the food at all, in that person the vata ruddhi will be seen. And next, ajeenat, that is a person who is already suffering from the ajeena avastha. And next, ati bhojanat means a person who is taking the excess food, excess ahara, with that of his agni bala. His agni bala is less, but still he is consuming the more ahara. That becomes the one of the causative factor for the agni vaishamyata. Next, vishama ashanat, that is irregular food habits. Whatever the ahara annakalas have explained in classics, a person is not following that and he is taking irregularly, that is in repeated forms he is consuming the ahara, that becomes the cause for the agni vaishamyata. Next, asatmya here, that is the unwholesome food we can say. uh, like for example, for a kapha prakriti person taking the shita ahara, that is the ice cream, it may becomes the asatmya for them, that is the prakriti asatmya. Next, Guru Shita Atiruksha Sandushta Bhojanat. That is the Guru Atiruksha Sandushta Bhojanat. Here we can take in our day-to-day life, in our modern lifestyle, the chart items, that is like the Pani Puri. It is made up of the Meda, and it is Guru in nature, and it also produces the Rukshata in intestine. So that can be considered as the Guru Atiruksha Sandushta Bhojan. So the next is Vireka Vamana Sneha Vibramat. So here Vireka Vamana Sneha Vibramat is not properly following the Panchakarma therapies, whatever has explained in the classics. That is during the Kala, while taking the Panchakarma therapies, whatever they have explained, if a person is not following that, and even after taking the therapy, Panchakarma therapy, Samsarjana Krama has advised, if a person has not followed that properly, then he that becomes the one causative factor for the Agni Vaishamyata. Then Vadi Karshanat means already a person is suffering from any vadi, his agni is not in a proper avastha, that there he is consuming the ahita ahara, that becomes the one cause for the agni vaishamyata. Next, desha kala rutu vaishamyat, that is whatever the classics have explained. Desha, as we all know, Jangala Desha and Anupadesha, for that the persons who are living there, uh, classically, as we know, the samhitas have told how to follow the aharas and viharas there. If a person will not follow, and next, that is the rutu, if a person not follow the rutu charya, whatever has explained in classics, then that becomes the cause for the agni vaishamyata. Then vega nam cha vidharanat, as we all know, that is veganam cha vidaranat, vegan na dharayet, but still the person is doing the vega dharana, that becomes the cause for the agni vaishamyata. So because of these reasons, the impaired agni is not able to digest even the laghu anna, and the undigested food retains in the intestine and attains the shuktata, that is the putrefaction, and this attains the visharupata, that is nothing but the ama, that the ama attains the visharupata. So the next slide. Next slide. So here also the same hetus have explained in Charaka Vimanasthan second chapter, but some are added one, that is the mansika causative factors, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, irsha, shoka, etc. Because of which even the vata prakopa takes place and becomes the cause for the, that is the agni vaishamyata. Next slide. Next. Next slide. So here in Madhava Nidana 25th chapter, we see the different forms of ama. So here he has explained that the apakva anna rupi ama, apakva anna rasa rupi ama, mala sanchaya rupi ama, prathama dosha dushti ama, next the dosha murcha janya ama and ama visha. So here in pakva anna rupi ama, that is if a person is taking food and his agni is not having the proper bala, agni mandata is there, and that ahara is not get digested properly, then that is nothing but the apakva anna rupi ama. Next, the apakva anna rasa rupi ama, this is the whatever that apakva anna is there, that macro particles are not getting uh, transported into the microparticles, we can say, because of the dhatu agni mandata. Whatever the rasa dhatu sara bhaga is formed, that is in aparipakva avastha, so that is called as the apakva anna rasa rupi ama. This is well explained by Sushruta Uttara Tantra while explaining the concept of, that is, Staulya and Karsha. There he has explained this about the apakva anna rasa rupi ama. The next is malasanchaya rupi ama, that is the purisha, mutra and the khamala, whatever formed, that is we can take here. And pratama dosha dushti ama, here we can take the sanchaya avastha of ama. Next, the dosha murcha janya ama and the ama visha. Ama visha is ama dosham mahaghoram visham sadnikam. The visha rupa of ama itself is nothing but the ama visha. Next slide. Here in Charaka Chikitsa 15th chapter, we see the explanation of this Visharupi armor, that is the Sadushto Annam na tatpachati lagvapi apachyamanam shuktatvam yatyannam Visharupatam. That is due to all the reasons, causative factors of Agni Vaishamyata, the ingested ahara will not get properly digested and it retains in the amashaya and gets the vitiated, and further it transforms into the Visharupa. That is nothing but the Visharupa of Ama. Next slide. So now the features of this Anna Visharupi armor, that is here he, according to Charak Chikitsa 15 chapter, he says tasya lingam ajinasya vishtambam sadanam tatha shiraso ruk cha murcha cha brahmah prishta katigrah jrumbo angamardah trishna cha jwara chardi pravahanam arochako avipakascha goram annavisham cha tat. That is, the because of the Agni Mandata, whatever the lakshanas of Annavisha we see, they are all of Ajirna like lakshanas, like the Vishtambata, Shirasoruk, Murcha, Brahma, Prishta Katigraha, Jumba, Angamarda. Because of the Prakupita Vata, we get this Angamarda and Trishna and Jwara. Jwara is because of Ama Utpatti, as we know it. And so all the lakshanas of Ajirna we can get here in Annavisha Rupi form. Next slide. So till now we have seen how the Ama Utpatti takes place because of the Chatragni Mandata, and what are the Lakshanas of Ama, and next what is the importance of Agni we have seen, and the next is how this Ama dosha travels in the body. According to according to Sushruta Uttara Tantra 56th chapter, here he says yatrasthamamam virujayet meva desham visheshena vikarajataihi दोषेण एनावततं स्वलिंगैस्तं लक्षयेद ama samodbhavaishcha. That is, he says, wherever this ama dosha travels in the body, it starts producing the sthanika lakshanas of that site by involvement of doshas. The lakshanas like toda, daha and guruta will be seen. This is about the how ama dosha travels. And the next, in Amavata, we see the Ama as well as the Prakupita Vata. So till now we have seen how the Ama Utpatti takes place and how the Ama dosha travels and all. Next, let's see what are the basic Karanas for the Vata Prakopa. In Charaka Chikitsa 28th chapter, Vatavati Adhyaya, he says the basic two Karanas for Vata Prakopa are Vayur Dhatu Kshayat Kopo Margasya Avaranena cha. That is, the main Karanas for the Vata Prakopa are one is Dhatu Kshaya and second is Avarana Janya. So these are the basic causative factors for the Vata Prakopa. Next. So how that is that is about the Vata Prakopa. Next, how the Vayu is responsible for the moment of doshas, Pitta and Kapha dosha. Again in Charaka Chikitsa 28th chapter Vatavadi Adhyaya, he says Vata Pitta Kapho Dehe Sarvasroto Anusarinah Vayurevahi Sukshmatvat Vayus Tatrupyadirinaha. That is, the Vayu being Yogavahi, it is responsible for the moment of Pitta and Kapha dosha. It enters because of its Sukshma Guna, it is responsible to take the Pitta and Kapha dosha. Next. So the next is role of Ama in the production of Vadi. So here, according to Madhava Nidana 25th chapter, he says, Aharasya rasaha shesho yo na pakvo agni laghavat samulam sarvaroganam ama itya bhidiyate. That is, the whatever shesha ahara is there, apakva ahara, which is present, that becomes the karana, mula karana for the sarvaroga in the sharira. So till now we have seen how the ama is get formed, what is the karana for the ama formation, and next how Agni is important, and what are the causative factors for the Agni Vaishamyata, and what are the causative factors for the Vata Prakopa, and how the Sama dosha travels in the body. Next, let's see the main topic, that is Amavata. Next slide. Next slide. So the definition of Amavata. Here, Madhava Nidana 25th chapter, he says one line definition, that is Yugapat Kupito Vantastrika Sandhi Praveshakau Stabdam Cha Kuruto Gatram Amavatasya Uchate. That is, the Kupita Vata gets settled, takes the pravesha in the Trika Sandhis. Trika Sandhis are nothing but the Sandhis, that is the joints where two bones meet, and start producing the stiffness, stabdata, by traveling all over the body. So this is the definition given by Madhavakara. Next slide. Next slide. So the another definition given by Harita Samhita in 21st chapter here, he says Guru Annahara Pushtena Manda Agnina Vyavayinah Tarpitaihi Gandha Shakaistu Amo Vayu Samiritah Shleshmasthane Prapachaiva Jayate Bahuvedana. That is, when a person consumes, if a person consumes Guru and Pushta Ahara, after consuming this also, he will not do any work, any activity, then he suffer from the Mandagni avastha, and in that avastha itself, when he start taking the Kandamula and Shaka etc., then his armor along with Prakupita Vata get settled in the Shleshmasthanas. Shleshmasthanas are nothing but the Sandhis, and it start producing the Bahuvedana. Bahuvedana is severe pain in the Sandhis, that is in joints. This is the another definition given by the Harita Samhita. Next slide. So let's see the Nidanas. The Nidana of Amavata, which is majorly explained by Madhavakara, Madhava Nidana 25th chapter. He says, Viruddha Ahara Cheshtasya Manda Agnir Nishchalasya cha Snigdam Bhuktvato Annam Vyayamam Kurvatas Tatha. That is the Viruddha Ahara. Viruddha Ahara here, here we have to take the Viruddha Ahara which are explained by Charaka Sutra. So all those come under this, that is the Desha Viruddha, Kala Viruddha, Samskara Viruddha, Matra Viruddha, all those will come under this quotation here. The example we can say, that is taking the kshira and matsya at a time, that is considered as the viruddha. They are considered as the virya viruddha. And next, taking the Ghrita and Madhu. Ghrita and Madhu in equal quantity. One should not take it in equal quantity because it gives the quality of Visha, and that is considered as the Matra Viruddha. And next, the Samskara Viruddha. Samskara, as we know, the Samskaram Gudantar Adhanam Uchyate. By heatening the Madhu, by giving the heat Samskara, heatening the Madhu, one should not take it. So that is samskara viruddha. And next is taking the bhallataka with ushnodaka. That should not be taken. Bhallataka should not be taken with ushnodaka. That is considered as the upachara viruddha. So these all viruddha aharas will come under this as nidanartakara factors. Next, cheshtas. Here cheshta we can take, that is the ratri jagarana, divasopna, and the dushta shayyasana. These all are the causative factor for the amotpatti and vata prakopa. These will come here. And next, the manda agni nishchalasya cha. A person who is suffering from manda agni already, and if he is not doing any work, that is, here we can take the example of Marwadis. That is, they just have the food, they go into the shop and they sit, they won't do any work. So in that person's, for the example of that persons, we can take here. The next here, snigdam bhuktvato annam vyayamam kurvatas tatha. A person who takes the snigdha ahara, and soon after taking the snigdha ahara, he start doing the vyayama. So that becomes the cause for the vata prakopa, and the kha vaigunyata will be seen at the sandhi pradesha, and the samprapti of amavata is developed there. So here we can take the example of, that is in our modern lifestyle. Soon after wakening, the person have the breakfast like the idli vada, and they start doing the jogging or running or vyayama. So that taking that vada is nothing but the snigdha, and it is guru in nature. So that start producing, that is the vata prakopa will be seen by doing the vyayama soon after taking that food. So that example we can take here. So these are the nidanartakara factor for the amavata. Next slide. Next. So let's see the samprapti. Samprapti, it is given by the Madhava Nidana in 25th chapter. He says, Vayuna prerito amaha shleshma sthanam pradhavati. That is the prakupitavata along with ama. It travels towards the shleshma sthanas. Tena atyartham vidagdo aso dhamnihi pratipadyate. That is, by traveling in the through the dhamnis, vata pitta kafair bhuyo dushitah so annajo rasah. Along with the dushita doshas, vata pitta kafa, along with the annarasa, srotansa abhishandati, srotansi abhishandyati, nana varno ati pichilah. It start producing the abhishandata in the srotasis, and which it is of nature, it is having the nature of bahu pichilata, and it is of nana varna yukta. Again he says, Janayantyashu daurbalyam gauravam hrudayasya cha. This starts producing the durbalta in the sharira, and the guruta and the guruta it gives the guruta at the hrudaya pradesha. Vyadi nam ashrayo heshaha amasadyo iti darunaha. So this is nothing but the amavata, the vyadi, which is considered as the ati daruna, or which is considered as the more kashtadayi. Again he says, yugapat kupito vantastrika sandhi praveshakaho stabdam cha kuruto gatram amavata sa uchyate. That is, the kupita vata takes the ashraya in the trikasandhi pradesha, and start producing the stiffness by traveling all over the body. This is the samprapti given by the Madhavakara. Next slide. Next slide. Next. This is the samprapti ghatakas. You all know this. Next slide. So let's see the bhedas of amavata. that is, according to Madhavakara, it is classified as the Ekadoshaja, Dvidoshaja, Tridoshaja. And according to Sharangadhara, it is Vata Pitta Kapha. According to Harita, it is Vishtambi, Gulmi, Snehi, Sarvangi. The Lakshanas of Vishtambi given by Harita is Gatra Guruta, Admana, Basti Shula. And the Lakshanas of Gulmi is Jatra Garjana. Next, Gulmavat Pida and Kati and Jadata. Kati Jadata is seen. The next Snehi is the Lakshanas are Gatra Snigdata, Jadyata, Manda Agni, and excretion of Vijjala and Snigdha Ama. The Lakshanas of Sarvangi, what he has given is the excretion of Pitta, Shama, Vijjala Ama, and the Shrama and Klama is present. Next slide. Next slide. Purva Rupa. The Purva Rupa, as we all know, the Vatavadi, the Purva Rupas are Avekta Lakshanam Tesham Purva Rupamiti Smrutah. It is in the form of Avektas. But however, Vangasena has explained the Purva Rupa of Ambavata as the Shiro Ruja and Gatra Ruja. Next slide. So let's see the Samanya Lakshanas of Amavata according to Madhavakara. He has explained that Angamardo Aruchis Trishna Rulla Alasyam Gauravam Jwaraha Avipako Shunata Anganam Amavatasya Lakshanam. So these are the Samanya Lakshanas. That is the Angamarda Aruchi Trishna Alasya Gaurava Jwara Avipaka and Shunatangana. That is the Angamarda is because of the Prakupita Vata, and the Aruchi, Alasya and Gaurava is because of the Dushita Kapha. Dushta Kapha dosha accumulation leads to and because of the Ama Utpatti we see these factors, these Lakshanas. Next, Jwara is again because of the Agni Mandata. Avipaka is again because of the Agni Mandata, and Shota. Shota is because of the accumulation of Dushita Kapha, Dushita doshas. So we get these Samanya Lakshanas of Amavata. Next slide. Pravruddha Amavata Lakshanas. So this is very beautifully explained by Madhavakara, Madhavanidhana in 25th chapter. He says, Sakashta Sarva Roganam. That is, this is the condition which is very much kashtadai among all the rogas. Yada prakupito bhavet, hastapada shiro gulfa trika janu sandishu. By involving the major joints of the body, that is the hasta, wrist joint, ankle joint, neck region, elbow joint, hip joint, and the ankle joint, the knee joint. These are the major joints which are involved in the chronicity of the Amavata. So the Karuti Sarujam Shotham Yatra Dosha Prapadyate. There it starts producing the Ruja along with the Shotha. The doshas, Prakupita doshas start producing the Ruja and Shotha. Next again he says, Sadesho Rujjate Atyartham Vyavidya Eva Vrishchikaihi. That is, the Sadesho Rujjate Atyartham. Whatever the Ruja is seen in these sthanas, in the joints, that is just like the scorpion is being bitten. This type of pain is present in Amavata Rogi. In while clinically examining Amavata Rogi, even if you ask the Amavata patient how the pain he experiences after the Vayu Sevana, or just if you ask the patient after he switch on the fan how the pain he experience, then he explain you the type of pain which is almost similar to this type of pain, what we call the Vrishchika Danshavat Pida. So again he says, Janayet so Agni Daurbalyam Prasek Aruchi Gauravam. It start again producing the Agni Durbalta, Agni Mandata. And Praseka Aruchi Gauravam. Excess salivation occurs, Aruchi and Gaurava, because of the production of the Dushita Kapha dosha. because of the ama, the guruta will be seen. And utsaha hanim vairasyam daham cha bahumutratam. Utsaha hani, the amavata rogi will not have interest to do any work. Because of the pain, because of the ruja, what they experiences, because of the shota, they will not have any interest to do any day-to-day activity, any utsaha, they will not have. And vairasyam again, that is because of the presence of ama. If you examine the tongue of amavata rogi, if you see the tongue of amavata rogi, it is coated one. So because of that coated nature on the taste buds, the vairasyata will be seen in the amavata rogi. So daham cha bahumutratam. Bahumutrata again because of that is the formation of less sara bhaga. Dhatu agni mandata is there. So whatever the sara bhaga is get formed from the Meda dhatu, it is less, and the kitta bhaga is more. So mala of meda, as we know, the kleda, and that is the mutra. So it is formed in excess quantity. So bahumutrata will be seen here. Next, kukshau kathinatam shulam tatha nidra viparyayam. That is kukshi kathinatam. So here the stiffness is seen at the kukshi region, and the shulam tatha nidra viparyam, because of the presence of severe pain, amavata rogi will not have the proper, will not get the proper sleep. The nidra viparyata will be seen in the amavata rogi. Next again he says trut chardi brahma murchascha rudgraham. Trut chardi brahma murchascha, this is because of the ama. Rudgraham, that is the stiffness at the cardiac region is seen with vibaddatam. So these lakshanas are because of the presence of, that is the pratiloma gati of vayu, we can say. These lakshanas will be seen in amavata rogi. Next again he says jadya antra kujanam anaham. So these are because of the pratilomagati of vayu. Kashtascha anyanupadravan. So like this, the many complications will be seen in the amavata rogi. Next slide. Next slide. According to Harita Samhita 21st chapter, the lakshanas of amavata, he says like this: ama atisaro vartetah sandho shofah prajayate jaratvashchaiva gatranam balasapatanam mukhe prishtamanyatrike jate vedanarte api sidati angam vaikalyamayati amavate pishagvarah. So here he says the lakshanas like amatisara and the sandhi shotha. Here I would like to say that is this is the only reference what I have seen as amavata as a swatantra vadi, where the explanation of anga vaikalyata has been explained. We will get this explanation even in the Vatarakta Prakarana of Charaka Chikitsa, but in Amavata as a Swatantra Vadi, this is the only explanation, only reference where I am getting the reference of Anga Vaikalyata. Here he says the Balasa Patanam Mukhe, that is the excess salivation from the Mukha Pradesh occurs, and next to the anga vaikalyata, the deformities in the extremities will be seen, and that so these are the lakshanas of amavata according to Harita Samhita. Next slide. Next slide. So these are the anga vaikalyata. Next. Next slide. Next. Next. So the pravruddha amavata lakshana that has explained by the Madhavakara, that is Koshtashrita ar aruchi praseka agni mandya chardi trishta, and sarvadahika lakshanas are jwara gaurava daha shula. Mansika lakshanas are utsaha hani brahma murcha nidra viparyaya, and the sthanika lakshanas are sandhi ruja, sandhi shotha, Sandhi Stabdata, and Vrishchika Danshavat Pida. Next slide. So Upadravas, already I have explained this one. According to Yoga Ratnakara, Madhavakara has added one Upadravas, one more Upadravas, that is Grahani, as one of the Upadrava of Amavata. Next slide. Next is Sadhya Sadhyatha. Sadhya Sadhyata of Amavata. According to Yoga Ratnakara, he says, Eka doshanugah sadhyo dvidosho yapya uchyate sarvadehacharaha shotha sakritra sannipatike. That is, the Eka doshaja is sadhya, dvidoshaja is yapya, and the Amavata, which involves, which is all over the body, which involves the whole body, sarvadehachara, and shotha yukta, and which is of Sannipatika, that is Tridosha Yukta, is considered as the Kritra Sadhya. Next slide. So now the Chikitsa of Amavata, the major part, that is the Chikitsa of Amavata. Here Yoga Ratnakara, that is here the Chikitsa of Kaphavruta Vata or Annavruta Vata we get in the Charaka Chikitsa 28 chapter, but Amavata as a separate entity, as a Swatantra Vadi, the Chikitsa Sutra of Amavata will be seen only in Yoga Ratnakara. So according to him, even Chakradatta has quoted the same shloka. The Chikitsa Sutra goes like this: Langhanam Swedanam Tiktam Deepanani Katunicha Virechanam Snehapanam Bastascha Amamarute Saidhavadya Anvasasya Ksharabasti Prashasyate. And next again he continues: Rukshasvedo Vidhatavyo Valuka Pottalaistatah Upnahascha Kartavyaste api Sneha Vivarjita. Next slide. So the Chikitsa Siddhanta goes like this. That is the Langhana, Svedana, Tikta, Upyoga of Tikta Deepanani and Katu Deepanani Dravyas. Next is the Virechana. Next is Snehapana and Basti Karma. So here, as we are seeing about from the explanation that the doshas are sarva dehachara, that is the doshas are present in all over the body. Why here the question may arise, why we cannot remove the doshas at a times by adopting the shodhana karma, that is pancha karmas. So for that we get the explanation in the Ashtanga Hridaya Sutra 13 chapter. He says, Sarva Deha Prasrutan Saman Doshan Na Nirharet. That is, one should not remove the Sama Dosha at once from the body, from the Sharira. The Sama Dosha should not be removed out at once from the body. If we remove it, then the Sharira Nasha takes place, he says. So by giving this explanation, he gives one simile, that is how we cannot remove the juice from an unripened food, that is removing the juice from unripened fruit, even we lost the fruit and even we will not get the sufficient quantity of juice what we required. So by giving this simile, he explained it that the sama doshas should not be removed in the body at once, and the nirama avastha should be achieved first. After achieving the nirama avastha, after the doshas are converted into the pakva form, then it should be removed out from the body by adopting the shodhana karmas. So let's see how the Chikitsa Siddhanta goes. Next slide. So the first Chikitsa Siddhanta is Langhana. Langhana here, as we all know, the definition itself says that is yat kinchita laghavakaram dehe tal langhanam smrutam. That is the one which brings the laghuta in the sharira is nothing but the langhana. So what is the guna of ama we are seeing there? It is guru guna. So exactly the opposite, that is the laghuta it is bringing by its gunas. So what are the gunas of langhana? That is, let's see, the gunas of langhana are laghu ushna tikshna vishadam ruksham sukshmam karam saram. That is because of its ruksha guna, it pacifies the armor very much easily. So this is the one point why we adopting langhana here. The another point why we are choosing the langhana therapy here is according to Charaka Nidana 8th chapter. He says the amavata it is considered as the amashweta vadi. Hence the langhana is the first line of treatment for the amashweta vadi. This is why we are adopting the langhana. And again, that is the langhana, whatever we advise here, by one has to see the bala of a patient. That is, if a patient is balavana, then the vaidya should advise the langhana in the form of upavasa rupa. And if the rogi is not having the much bala, then the langhana should be advised in the form of supacha bhojana. And one should see while stopping the langhana therapy, because it may provoke the vata dosha also if it is continue for a longer time. So when should we stop the langhana? That vaidya should decide it properly by seeing the avastha of the vadi and even the bala of the patient, and the langhana should be stopped there. So this is the role of langhana in amavata. Next slide. Svedana. Svedana, as we all know, the definition of Svedana itself says that is the Stambam Gauravam Sheetagdam Svedanam Svedakarakam. That is the one which relieves the Stabdata, the Guruta, the Sheetata from the Sharira, Shaitata from the Sharira, is nothing but the Svedana. So here the beautiful quotation given by the Yoga Ratnakaram, that is ruksha svedo vidhatavyo valuka pottalais tataha. What type of svedana we have to advise in the amavata? He says upnahascha kartavyaste api sneha vivarjita. That is the ruksha sveda, one has to advise here in this condition the ruksha sveda in the form of valuka potali, that is the potali made up of the sand, valuka potali. And again he says upnaha, that is the poultice which is made up of the ruksha dravyas, sneha rahita dravyas. That type of svedana should be advised here. The best svedana we can advise here is the churna pinda sveda. Next slide. Next slide. Churnapinda Sweda. So Churnapinda Sweda is performed by using the powder of the drug Rasana, Vacha and Shunti, Nagara. And the next, that is the Lavana Pinda Sweda, is also useful here because of the guna of Saidhava Lavana, as it is having the guna of Kshara, because of which whatever the Dushita doshas are there, they get liquefied easily and thereby pacifying the armor. It helps here. So the next slide. Next slide. So even we can advise the, that is Ushna Jalapana also here according to Charaka Chikitsa 3rd chapter. He says the Ushna Jalapana as internal Svedana we can advise here, which act as best Agni Diptikara, Jwaragna and Pachana, as it act as best Amapachaka and Srotoshodaka. So here the Svedana, it helps for the liquefaction of the doshas, and thereby even it helps to transport the doshas, that is the Pakva dosha from the Shakha to Koshta. Thereby it is relieved easily by adopting the Shodhana Karma. Next slide. So using the Tikta Katu Deepaniya Dravyas. So here, this is very much interesting point. The use of Tikta Deepaniya and the Katu Deepaniya Dravyas. According to Ashtanga Hridaya Sutra 10th chapter, he says that is the dravyas like the tikta dravyas have the dominancy of Vayu and Akasha Mahabhut, whereas the Katu dravyas have the predominancy of Vayu and Teja Mahabhut respectively. So which help to liquefy the doshas very much easily here, and because of these they shows the property of laghu and ushna tikshna gunas, so which is very much useful for the purpose of amapachana. So these are the qualities of these dravyas. And next, the katurasa, it increases the gastric secretions and improves the intestinal motility, and thereby it act as the best vata anulomaka dravya. So this is very much required one, that is vata anulomana in amavata, because of the pratiloma gati of vata, we see the vibandha and the other lakshanas like the anaha and next kukshi kaఠిన్యత, all those lakshanas we see here. So for that purpose vatanulomana is considered as the best here. So this is achieved by these, that is the katurasa dravya. So the best katurasa deepaniya dravya example we can say here is the shunthi. And next, the tikta rasa dravya. According to Charaka Sutra 26 chapter, he says that the tikta rasa dravyas are considered as the best pitta and kapha upashoshana karak. That is, it absorbs these dushita doshas, pitta and kapha upashoshana karak. So thereby they act as the best deepaniya dravya, best amapachakara dravya, and the srota shodhana is achieved by there. So the best example for the tikta deepaniya dravya what we can give here is the guduchi, use of guduchi. So thus these tikta katu deepaniya dravyas act as best to relieve and remove the excess kledaka kapha, and even they help for the transport of the pakva dosha from shakha to koshta, and thus they are that is then they from that that is the when the pakva dosha travels from shakha to koshta, then they it will be easily removed out from the koshta by using the shodhana therapy. Because of these gunas, the tikta katu dravyas have the proven value in the amavata. So this is all about using the that is the role of tikta and katu deepaniya dravyas in the amavata. Next slide. Next slide. So these are the some of the formulations what I have taken, that is Ajmodadi Churna from the Yoga Ratnakara. He says Ajmoda Vidangani Saidhavam Devadarucha Chitraka Pippali Moolam Shata Pushpa Cha Pippali. So and it should be taken with Ushna Jala, and this formulation is considered as best Shotahara formulation. So the next one, next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Panchakola Churna. This is from again Yoga Ratnakara. He says Panchakolasya Churnam cha pibed ushnena varinah. So Mandagni, what this should be taken, this formulation should be taken again with Ushna Jala, Panchakola Churna. It helps in the Mandagni, Shula, Amaja Vikaras, and it is considered as the best Agni Diptikara formulation and the Shula Nashak. Next. Next slide. Next is Vaishwanara Churna. This is from the Chakradatta 25th chapter. The Vaishwanara Churna, this formulation is very much useful in the Dhatu Gata level of armor, and it is considered as the best formulation for the Amavata Rogi, in which the Vibandha is seen more, and it is considered as the best Vatanulomaka Dravyas formulation also. The next slide. Next slide, please. So till now, we have given the treatment modalities or the Chikitsa Siddhanta to achieve the Nirama Avastha in a Amavata Rogi. That is, whatever the treatment modalities we have adapted till now, they all are for the conversion of, that is, the Pakwa doshas, Apakwa doshas in the Pakwa form, and the Sama doshas to bring the Nirama Avastha. So now the time is to remove out these doshas by adopting the Shodhana Karmas. So here the Shodhana Karmas are nothing but the Panchakarma therapies. So in Panchakarma therapies, as we all know, that is the woman is presiding the Virechana. But why here we are directly going to the Virechana? So according to Ashtanga Hridaya Sutra 12th chapter, he says the production of Ama in the Amavata, it is the result of the Dushti seen in the Agnisthana. So for the Agnisthana, that is the Samana Vayu, Pachaka Pitta and Kledaka Kapha, and the treatment for this, for Agnisthana, is considered best as the Virechana. So this is the one reason why we are adopting the Virechana here. And the another, that is the symptoms, what we are getting in Amavata, like the Anaha, Antrakujana, Vibandha, and the Kukshi Kathinyata, Kukshi Shula, they all are suggestive of the Pratiloma Gati of Vayu. So here, hence, that is the best treatment. If we adopt the Vamana here, then again it is likely to aggravate the condition of the Amavata. So hence, the Virechana is considered as the most suitable therapeutic measure in Amavata in this condition. So next slide. So here, for Virechana purpose, that is for Nitya Virechana purpose, Yoga Ratnakara has advised the many formulations. Among those, using the Eranda Taila along with Shunti is considered as the best one. By giving the importance of Eranda, Yoga Ratnakara has quoted the beautiful explanation by giving the simile like Amavata Gajendrasya Sharire Vanacharinaha Eka Eva Nihantashu Eranda Gajakesari. That is, in a Vanarupi Sharira, the Amavata, the chronicity of Amavata, which is in the form of Gaja, can be easily removed by the Simharupi Eranda. So by giving this simile, he has given the importance of Eranda Thaila. Next slide. Next slide, please. So again, according to Sharangadhara, Sharanga Samhita, he says the guna of Eranda Thaila, Dehasya Sukshma Chidreshu Visheda yat Sukshma Muchyate Tadyatha Saidhavam Kshaudram. That is, the Eranda Taila, because of its Sukshma Guna, it enters into the, that is, the minute chidras of the body. When it is used with Saidhava and Kshaudra, thereby it act as the best Sroto Shodhakara. Next slide. So here, according to Sushruta Sutra Sthana, he has given the gunas of Eranda Taila. Eranda Taila Sukshmam Sroto Vishodhanam. It is Sukshma in nature. It is Sroto Vishodhakara, Sroto Vibandhara Twacham. It act as best for the skin disorders. Vrisham. It is best Vrishya Dravya by having the Madhura Vipakam, by having the Madhura Vipaka. Vayasthapanam. It is considered as the best Vayasthapana Dravya. Yoni Shukra Vishodhanam. Even it acts on the Yoni Vikaras. Yoni Shukra Vishodhanam. So next, Arogya Medha Kanti Smriti Balakaram. And Vata Kafaharam Adobhaga Doshaharam. That is, all the Adobhaga doshas can be easily removed by using the Eranda Taila. This is the beautifully given reference from the Sushruta Sutra 46th chapter. Next, again, Vagbhata Sutrasthana, 5th chapter, he says, Rukshofo cha katigrahe Koshta Prishtashrayai Jayet. That is, whatever the Vedana, whatever the Shotha is present, and the Katigraha, stiffness of Kati region, Prishta region, that all get relieved by using the Erandatai. Next slide. Next is the Snehapana. Snehapana, the next treatment, that is the Chikisa Siddhanta. After giving the above mentioned Shodhana therapies, the patient is subjected for the Shamana Sneha here. So that is due to the above said therapeutic measures, that is Shodhana karmas, here the patient is likely to develop the Rukshata, and which may provoke the vata dosha. Because of the vata provocation, the condition of the, that is the shula, may increase in the amavata rogi. So for that purpose, the sneha pana is advised here as shamana sneha. So as we all know, the sneha pacifies the vata dosha, snehana pacifies the vata dosha. And next, even after taking the Shodhana therapies, there will be the reduction of bala in the patient. So for that reason, for the bala vardhanartha purpose, we advise the snehapana here in the patient. And next, according to Charak Chikisa 15 chapter, he says Shamana Sneha is considered as the best Agni Diptikara, and as it influences the Pachana by softening the food and stimulating the Agni, which is the prime requirement in Amavata Rogi. So this is the reference, and the another reference why the Snehapana is advised here after the Shodhana, that is the importance of Snehapana. Uh, while explaining the Snehapana in Charaka Chikissa 28 chapter, he says, in even in the Asti Majjavaha Sroto, Majjagata Vata, the Snehapana is advised. For the Asti Majjagata Vata Chikitsa, the Snehapana is advised. As we see the involvement of, as we see the involvement of these dhatus also, that is the uh, anomalies will be seen, that is the abnormality will be seen of these dhatus also. The involvement of these dhatus is also seen in the amavata condition. So whatever the treatment as snehapana we are adopting here, it is also useful for the asti and majjagata majjagata dhatu. So, and next is vatanulomana is best achieved by using the snehapana. So giving it in a nirama avastha. Snehapana, by using the snehapana, vatanumana can be achieved easily. So this is, and next the sneha dravyas. What type of sneha dravyas we can use here is the sneha dravyas which are the sneha processed with the ushna, katu and tikta rasa. So that type of sneha can be advised here. The examples are Shatpala Grita, Shunti Grita, and Guduchadi Grita. These are the some of the examples which we can advise in the Amavata Rogi. So this is one. And the next, due to the chronic nature of the disease, that is in pravruddha avastha of the disease, even in Amavata patients, we see the dhatu karshata and dhatu daurbalyata also. So for that reason, to give the bala for the patient, even we advise the brahmana snehas in the form of acha sneha or siddha sneha. So this is about the role of snehapana in amavata rogi. So next slide please. So the next is basti. Basti, that is as we all know, basti is considered as the ardha chikitsa, and the basti, it is considered to be the best procedure to control the dushita vata. And as the disease progresses and attains the chronicity, the vata attains the pravruddha avastha. So in that avastha, the basti is considered as the best line of treatment. So in Amavata, both Anuvasana Basti and Asthapana Basti has recommended. So the Anuvasana Basti, according to Charaka Siddhisthana first chapter, he says Anuvasana Basti, it removes the rukshata from the body. By its Guru Guna contracts the Laguta and of Vata, and its Ushna Guna it counteracts the Shaityata of Vata, and thereby it gives the Bala, Varna and Manah Prasadana to the Sharira. These are the benefits of Anuvasana Basti. So here in Amavata, Brihasaindavadi Taila Anuvasana Basti is advised. And next for Asthapana Basti, that is according to Charaka Siddhi third chapter, he says the Basti Dravya, whatever we give. So here the Asthapana Basti, what is advised here is the Kshara Basti and the Vaitrana Basti. So whatever the Dravyas we give with Niroha Basti, that enters the Pakvashaya and it reaches the Grahani, and thereby it get absorbed and it removes the very root cause of the Vata dosha. So hence there it helps to remove the doshas. So this is the one. And next, how the Basti is effective here. According to Sushruta Kalpasthana fourth chapter, he says that the Basti is also effective in Asti Majja Vahasrotas. That is, this can be justified by the explanation of Dallana Acharya there by giving the some reasons. He has explained that the Purisha Dharakala is nothing but the Asti Dharakala, and the Pitta Dharakala is nothing but the Majja Dharakala. So whatever the treatment we adopt here for Vata dosha, it also useful, it also helpful for the Asti and Majja Vahasrotasis. That is, and even the another explanation of this we see in the Kashyapa Sutra 27 chapter. That is, the Asti and Majja are the Adhisthana of Vata according to Kashyapa Sutra. So whatever the treatment modalities we adopt here, they are also useful for the abnormalities of Asti and Majja Dhatu. Next slides. So this is about the Basti treatment. So the next slide, Kshara Basti. So here the Kshara Basti in Amavata, specifically the Shmula Kwatha and Saindhavadi Taila, Gomutra, Saindhava and Madhu Siddha Basti is given, and it is administered once a day and in empty stomach, preferably forenoon. Next. Next slide. So this is the same Dashmuladik Kshara Basti. Next slide. The Anuvasana Basti is in the form of Brihasaindavadi Taila, 80 ml, what we give. Next. So Vaitrana Basti, this the reference we see this about this Basti is in Chakradatta. So here the Guda is taken, Lavana, and in the form of Sneha, we use the Tila Taila, and Amalaki Kalka is used, Gomutra is used. Next. Next slide. So the Basti, what we have seen, that is the Kshara Basti or the Vaitrana Basti, there we are using the dravyas like the Gomutra and the Kshara Dravya, that is they all, the Saindhava, they all helpful, very much helpful for the liquefaction of doshas, and thereby they help, they are very much helpful to remove the Dushita doshas from the body, and thus it helps for the Amapachana and Sroto Shodhana. Sroto Vibandha, what is the Sroto Avrodha, whatever it is present, that that get relieved easily by using those dravas. So here next is Pathya Pathya. In Pathya, as the Ama is present, and the our role is first is that to ignite the Agni, that is to for the Agni Deepana, we have to advise the Ahara for the purpose of by giving the importance towards the Agni So here the use of Saidhava, next Ushnodaka and Maricha, Hingu, Jiraka, Yava, Takra, Gomutra, Erandatela. These are the aharas which are very much useful, and the viharas are Ruksha Swedana, next the Langhana and Mrudu Abhyanga in the Pravruddha Amavata can be advisable, and Ushna Viharas we can advise here. Next Apatya. Next slide. So apatya is Dadi Matsya Guda Kshira. And next the Viruddha Ahara, what I have explained in the Nidanas. Next the Vata Sevana and Vegadharana, Ratri Jagarana and Shita Ahara Viharas and Ati Vivaya. These should be avoided. Next slide. The single drugs what we can use here is the Rasna. Next Eranda Taila, Bhallataka, Nirgundi, Eranda Mula. Next slide. Next slide, please. So this is Bhallataka, next Haridra, Eranda and Rasona. Next slide. Rasana, Nirgundi. The Gugula preparations, that is here. The Gugula and its preparations, Yogaraja Gugula we can use, Mahayogaraja Gugula we can use, Simhanada Gugula and Gokshuradi Gugula we can use here. And next slide. That is the Trifla Gugulu and Trayodashanga Gugulu. Next, the Kanchanara Gugulu and the preparations of Shallaki. Shallaki is considered as the best Astidhatva Agni Ruddhikara. So these preparations we can use here. Next slide. So Lepa Kalpanas. Lepa Kalpanas here. The lepa prepared out of Shatapushpa, Vacha, Shunti, Gokshura, Varuna, Punarnava, Shati, and the Prasarani, Madanapala, the mixing of powdered drug of these dravyas along with kanji, and this paste should be applied over the affected areas. And even we can use the lepa of Hinsra along with the Gomutra. Next slide. So here, if the doshas are, that is, if the doshas, ama dosha in the sthanika, if it is kafanubandha ama, then nagaradi lepa is advised. If it is vatanubandhi ama, then grahadhumadi lepa is advised. If it is pittanubandha, then jatamansi lepa is advised. Next. Kashaya Kalpanas, what we can use here is the Punarnavadi Kwatha, Rasnadi Kwatha, Rasna Panchaka Kwatha, Rasna Saptaka Kwatha. These are explained by the Yoga Ratnakara. Dashmula Kwatha, Erandadi Kwatha, and Rasonadi Kwatha. Next slide. Rasaushadis. So Amavatari Rasa can be given here, and Amavata Vidwansa Rasa, Vata Gajendra Rasa, Trifladi Loha, Vidangadi Loha can be given here. Next slide. Next slide, please. So Rasayanas we can give here, that is Ashwagandha Rasayana, Bhallataka Yoga, Vardhamana Pippali Rasayana, and the Guduchi Rasayana. These Rasayanas can be advised here, but while advising the Vardhamana Pippali Rasayana, one has to take the care of, that is, it should not be given in Sharad Rutu, it should not be given with Ushnodaka, and it should be given with Shita Jala or the Kshira. So the take home message here is लोके वायुवर्क सोमानां दुर्विद्ने यथागतिः तथा शरीरे वातस्य पित्तस्य च कफस्य च. That is, in Jiva Loka, how we cannot easily understand the movement of Surya and Chandra. In the same way, we cannot easily understand the movement of Vata, Pitta, Kapha in our Sharira. So for that reason, one has to, the Vaidya has to, that is the Vaidya has to understand the avastha of doshas, the avastha of Vyadi, the Rogabala and the Rogibala, then he has to implement the treatment. So this is about the Amavata. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. Rajshri, can you please stop presenting? You can take your time so that we'll be visible. Okay. Yes. Thank you very much, Rajshri, uh, for helping out me and Madam itself. I think it was a tough job for you today, as Madam was bit fast.
Sorry, ma'am.
No, 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 no.
Sorry, because I have taken the more time, first of all.
No, no, that's okay, ma'am. That's okay, ma'am. But it was a great job by Rashi. Fine. Ma'am, we have a lot of questions.
Yes.
Shall we start with the discussion?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, first I'll start with the FB questions, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Dr. Girish has asked, is there any reference in Charaka Samhita about Amavata?
See, first only I have explained it that there is not direct reference for Amavata as Amavata, Swatantra Vadi, but we can see the passing references of Kaphavruta Vata or the Annavruta Vata, where we can see the Lakshanas of Ama at the level of posture. So that we can get in the Brihat race. But as a Swatantra Vadi, it is not explained in Charaka Samhita.
Okay, madam. Ma'am, you can on your video so that whenever you'll be answering, your video will be played along with the audio. Okay, ma'am. The next question by Dr. Narsareddy. Yeah. Which type of Langana we should adopt in clinical practice? Which type of Langana?
Yes, that I have already explained while explaining the Langhana Chikitsa. In clinical practice, that is first we have to examine the patient. First we have to see the that is the Rogi Bala. It all depends upon the Bala of his Agni, and that is the Rogi Bala itself. If he is Balavana, then you can advise him the Upvasa Rupi Langhana. Otherwise, you can advise him as the Supacha Bhojana, which is also considered as the Langhana.
Okay. The next question is, can we adopt Niragni Sweda in clinical practice?
Hello, can we adopt? Excuse me.
Niragni Sweda in clinical practice.
Niragni Sweda. Okay. Can we adopt the Niragni Sweda in practice? Whatever the treatment modalities we are adopting here is again nothing but just to liquefy that Dushita doshas. So, as I have already explained, the definition of Svedana itself, that is the Stambam Gauravam Shitagnam Svedanam Svedakarakam, that is the guna of Svedana itself, it gives it relieves the stabdata from that particular part where you are giving the Svedana, and it relieves the Guruta. So these are the Lakshanas of Ama, what we see in the particular sthanas. So whatever may be the Sweda, so it should relieve the Samprapti, that is it should break the Samprapti over there. So yes, you can adopt the Niragni Sweda also.
Okay, ma'am. The next question. Ma'am, according to Shishruta, Udvartana is Kaphavataharam. Can we adopt this as one mode of treatment? If yes, explain. If no, with the rationale, madam. By Dr. Girish.
Yes. Yes, it is very much interesting question. Udvartana, as we all know, Udvartanam Kafaharam Medasa Pravilayanam. So Udvartana, in which avastha you are giving the Udvartana, that is important. If you are advising the Udvartana in Ama avastha, then again it becomes the cause for the Dosha Utkleshta. So Dosha Utklesha may takes place. So for that reason, in that is even while explaining the Chikitsa Siddhanta, that is the Sneha or the Abhyanga is contraindicated here. So the Udvartana, what you are giving, it should not be taken in the, it should not be advised in the Amavastha. That care should be taken here. Yes.
Oh, okay, ma'am. My next question is by Dr. Narsa Reddy. Okay, he's asking which part of Guduchi can we use in Amavata? Which part of Guduchi?
You can use, that is the Guduchi itself. I have told that is, it can be used as a rasayana. So it can be used in the form of Grita, and the Guduchi Swarasa is considered as the best because it get absorbed fastly. So in clinical practice, we advise the patient to take the Guduchi Swarasa.
Yeah. I would like to add upon to this, ma'am. Yeah,
Okay.
Guduchi as a useful part of Guduchi is Panchanga. Depending upon the condition, if it is Amavastha, you cannot go for Swarasa because it is Guru. So you can go for its Khanda, you can prepare Kashaya. If there is associated with Jwara, you can use the Sattva which is prepared out of Khanda. But as for Guduchi is concerned, all the Panchangas can be used depending upon the Avastha of the Roga. You can select which part and in which form you can use, either it is Swarasa or Sattva or Kashaya or Grita, anything else. Okay,
Yes.
thank you, ma'am. The
Thank
next question, what best can we do do to Datvagni Vardhana, especially in Amavata? Means to improve the Datvagni in Amavata. Dr. Girish.
To improve the Dhatva, see, there is no any such, that is for Dhatva Agni Mandata. The Pravruddha Avastha, when we see the Amavata, the Pravruddha Avastha of Amavata, it is nothing but at the Dhatugata level itself. So I have already explained the one best formulation for that is Vaishwanara. That is the drugs which I have explained for in the Vaishwanara Chunas. They are very best for the Amapachana purpose when the Ama is at Dhatugata Avastha. So thereby achieving the Agni Deepana.
Okay, madam. The next question again by Dr. Girish. He has asked, what is that? Where did I go? I missed it.
How many
Okay, sorry.
questions?
Yeah, ma'am. I'm
From
not at. I
this
have not at.
only. Yes,
I'm not
no,
at
no
come.
problem, ma'am. No problem.
Yes,
Take it,
yes.
take.
What is the treatment protocol for pregnant women suffering from Amavata?
See, the treatment protocol for pregnant women. First of all, in pregnant women, as we all know, the immunity is less. So only the treatment what we can give here is the Amapachana Dravyas. And here, whatever the Dravyas we give, that is even that should have the some quality of Madhura Rasa also. The Madhura Rasa, and which are Deepaniya Dravyas and Pachaniya Dravyas. The best we can say here, the formulation is Avipattikara Churna, or the Sitopaladi Churna. We can give here the best formulation we can advise in pregnant women. And here we cannot advise the Shodhana therapies. So for that purpose, only the treatment modalities, whatever we advise here, that should go for the Agni Deepanartha and Amapachanartha only, so that we can advise here. Next.
Question, adding on to this question, Dr. Manjunath Nayak sir has asked, if the pregnant woman is suffering from Amavata, will she transfer the same to the growing fetus?
It is not necessary, ma'am. See, uh, the hereditary factor, if we go from the modern, sir has explained about the RA, the suffered from the RA, rheumatoid arthritis. So according to modern, they have explained it as the hereditary one. But in our science, as we see, that is the pregnant lady who is suffering from the Amavata, that is the Bija Dushti will be seen there. So it may get transferred to his baby, and but that again depends the immunity of that baby. So if that baby immunity is less, or whenever they get the Nidanartakara factor to develop that disease, then that will come in the form, that is that will be seen in the future whenever the Nidanartakara factor comes. Yes, it can get transferred.
Okay, ma'am. Now coming to Google chat, Dr. Manjunath Nayak has asked, Datvagni responsible for selective absorption, impaired metabolism, where Kayagni, Datvagni affects vice versa, where eating disorders are followed. Eating disorders itself is a vast factor. Maybe sir wants you to highlight some few things about Datvagni Vyapara and
Oh,
Kayagni Vyapara related to some
okay.
Amava.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
The next question by Dr. Ajit. Ma'am, can you please tell me that what best patya can we advise to a patient so that the reoccurrence of the diseases is means possibly prevented?
See, the pathya as the reoccurrence of disease can be further prevented. See, that is whenever the person that he does the cause for the ama utpatti, whenever he gets the nidanartakara factors for the ama utpatti, then he starts showing the lakshanas of uh, amavata. But what best patya we can advise is, already I have explained what should not be that what ahara should be taken and what should not be taken. That already I have explained. If a person follows that, and classically whatever the rutucharya, dinacharya our acharyas have told, if a person follows that one, then the person will not suffer from the production of ama, or he will not again suffer from the amavata condition.
I think Dr. Ajit is very desperate. He has just tweeted that. He has also said that, ma'am, there are many doubts, but I cannot ask all those things, and I'm
No, it's okay. You
expecting.
can ask Dr. Ajit.
Mm, yeah, and as we are running out of time, ma'am, I'll select only few questions which are
Okay.
there
Okay.
very not repetitions. There's one interesting question here. As colon cleansing of colon in modern science is strictly contraindicated in case of rheumatoid arthritis. But how do you relate the action of Virechana here? Is it indicated, or is it going to harm or bless the patient? I am clubbing two of the questions. So as we are running out of this time, you can throw your light, ma'am, and I have something to tell on that also.
Yes. Okay, ma'am. See, sir, this is about my perspective. As you are senior, I don't know the exact. So, whatever the Virechana therapy we advise here, it is not just cleansing the colon. So just cleansing the colon means we are not directly administrating the Virechana Dravya here. It has some schedule, like first we adopt the Snehapana. So after adopting the Snehapana, then we introduce the Virechana Dravya here. So after giving the Snehapana, it produces, that is it gives the strength to the even the intestine. According to our science I am speaking, sir. According to modern, I don't know exactly. So it helps to strengthen the intestine. Thereby we are giving the Virechana Dravas which get absorbed and which start producing, that is the intestinal motility is get increased and the doshas will come outside. So here whatever the dravas we are giving, that is not for the purpose of only the cleansing intestine. It is even it gives the strength to intestine also. This is
Yeah. Sir, we exactly through Virechana, we are not going to cleanse the colon, but we are going to remove the doshas which are brought from Shakas to Kosha before what is that therapies what we have done, Snehana and Svedana. So directly we are not going for Virechana. Virechana is not selected to cleanse the colon here according to Ayurveda.
Yes.
It
Yes.
is used as an treatment procedure to remove the doshas which are brought from shakas to kosha.
Coach.
Okay. Yeah. One more question from Dr. Ranjit Kumar. What is Vishtambi Amavata? How can we differentiate it from other types of Amavata explained by Haritha? Maybe he is talking about the Vargikarana of Amavata according to Haritha, and he has also told about Gulmi also.
That I have already explained, ma'am. That is the Vishtambi Amavata. There we see the Lakshanas like the Gatra Guruta, Admana, Basti Shula, etc. Lakshanas will be seen because of the presence of Ama and Agni Mandya. So this is according to Harita Samhita, one of the classification.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. There are few more questions, but they're almost the repetition and what all you have explained in your slides already. Okay. Now, as it is already 4:05, it's a time for me to wind up today's session. Okay.
I want to give the answer for one question what has asked by Dr. Ajit Kumar. That is, sorry, ma'am, I'm taking this question.
Yeah, that's okay.
That is, can you please ask that most important question? It is most important question. Yes, Dr. Ajit. That is the related ESR and Amavata clinical application. So as you are asking the ESR and Amavata, so if you are Ayurvedic Vaidya, then you should not ask. But even though for investigation procedure as it is required in our practice, and you are asking the ESR is the suggestive of Dhatu Paka in Amavata. So may this answer will satisfy you. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. I heartily congratulate you, ma'am, for the very successful talk and a very elaborative and really the discussion part was very healthy and very attractive and the core of the session. Okay.
Thank
Now
you.
I call upon Miss Shreya RS, final year BMS student, Ayurveda Mahavidyalaya Hubli, to give vote of thanks to Dr. Aisha, madam. Shreya, you're there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Shreya.
Good afternoon to everyone. Myself, Shreya. It's my privilege to deliver a vote of thanks to all who made today's meeting so successful. Now, I would like to thank our chief guest, Dr. Aisha ma'am, for sharing her knowledge with us and also for her valuable time for us. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to show my gratitude towards our principal, Dr. A.S. Prashant sir, and our chairman, Dr. G.H. Naragal sir, and our dean, Dr. G.R. Joshi sir, for their support and encouragement. Thank you, sir. Organizing team is heart and soul of this session. I would like to thank them for their effort and also thank all the staff members of Department of Kaya Chikitsa. And I would like to thank all the participants of today's session of Navadasha Samvada. Thank you. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, Shreya. Thank you very much. There's an instruction for tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we'll be having two sessions because there was a bit interruption day before yesterday on day 10. So that session will be continued as the second one. The first session by Dr. Lovelin Kashyap. Madam is going to talk on introduction and its disorders caused by thyroid gland from 2:30 to 3:30, followed by Dr. Savita Parshati madam. Madam is going to continue on derivation of manas, its gunas, sthana, karma, and Samanya Chikitsa Siddhanta of Manasa Roga. So tomorrow kindly bear with us. I think I'll try to concise the meeting for around 45 minutes scheduled, 45 each, so that it will be 1.5 hours. So we'll be on right time, I think. So kindly please stay with us at 2:30. The link of the Google Meet and the Facebook remains the same. Kindly join us. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.